Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
So he comes to me, and I look at this, and I go, okay. He doesn't qualify to brush his teeth technically on paper. Self-employed, writes everything off, does what all good Americans do. But I'm looking at him, and he has a lot of cash flow, and he's got $180,000 in reserves. So should he buy a place? Sure, he could buy a place. He's got money. He knows what he's doing. He's a savvy guy, but he doesn't look right on paper. And so I referred him to one of the other America's Professional Resource Group, our financial planner, Chris Ingram, and I said, hey, Chris, I need you to annuitize this income. If you annuitize this income, I'll be able to use it as income that I can use to qualify for a mortgage. And so now we're working together to help make sure that he qualifies. And in addition to that, I said, hey, do you like your financial planner? And he goes, no, my financial planner doesn't do anything for me. I said, well, good. So now you're going to work with Chris, who's someone I trust, somebody that works on my financial planning and Don's financial planning, and we'll have a better outcome for you. By the way, do you have life insurance? Have you thought of putting this in a trust, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, he's going to walk out with a completely different financial profile than he did when he was introduced to us.
Mm-hmm. And feel completely different about his future because it's properly prepared, as we do. We've actually taken the advice of a lot of our professionals that come in here and talk about the things we should be doing, and we're like, oh, no.
Yeah, as we talked about last week with Kirk, Plumbing by Kirk. He'll be out to my house next week. I'm softening my roots right now. If you don't know what that means, go to donandgino.com and take a look at last week's video.
Please do.
Nothing to do with your hair, right?
Back to the hair jokes.
Shampoo.
He's getting this thing.
Funny.
He's back to the hair jokes already. Yeah.
That is a great point, and I got to thinking, Gino, as you were talking about sorry, I got off the mic here a bit, but
see, that's what the headphones are for, huh?
It's amazing how far our industry has come, because if you look at that client 10 or 12 years ago, and you look what the industry would offer that client, and primarily our competitors, with the no income, no asset, and you could argue that there's some irresponsibility in some of those loans. But as an industry, I think we've come so far, and we've become so much healthier as an industry because, we have to work a little bit harder to make sure our clients' needs are met. But through the networking and through bringing in other industry professionals, we are providing a holistic, avenue for these clients and making their lives better. And that, I think, is something that is so unique.
A new word we're going to be stealing from you, Travis.
I've patented that word. Ron has taught me I could patent these things. No, but I'll tell you what, it makes me proud to do what I do.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? That's a good point. I love that because we talk about that all the time. We love what we do. The show started from that, truly. I mean, it says right there in the Real Estate Radio Network logo, rebuilding the real estate market. I mean, at that time, it really needed rebuilding. Mm-hmm. And we're doing it ethically and with education and information that they didn't receive in the past.
Sure. No, and that's why, I think we talked about this during the break, but the reality is that we have a healthy market today. This booming real estate market is built on a great foundation. And I like to call them vintages. I said, we're building the best vintages of loans I've ever seen in my career for sure. The people that we're putting into homes, the ones that end up defaulting will default due to natural things like health problems or divorce or things of that nature, not because of irresponsible lending.
Right. Well, and I think the more we come together as industry leaders, and we are from different companies, but we're coming together, I think, for the better of the industry. And that's another thing. You look 10 or 12 years ago, and that you didn't see a lot of this.
No, they wouldn't cross-pollinate in any way for education purposes.
I also think that we see some similarities today in our real estate community. The agents right now, and I'm feeling it in this environment right now, as things are just absolutely competitive and cutthroat. The agents need to take a look at what we've done. They need to treat each other with more respect.
Isn't that the truth? They need to
treat each other the way they want to be treated.
Right, and they'll have better success for their clients.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a great point. Again, we're here with Travis Olson, a good friend of ours that we brought all the way from Portland. We shipped him out here from Portland, Oregon, with Directors Mortgage out there, a different mortgage company than ours, but a great professional, a leader in his field, a top professional in Portland, Oregon. So and you are informing us how the Portland market has just been hot. I love one of the things that you said is you love our California buyers.
I love you guys.
Because you hear about how
I love your
Oregonians
market.
don't like Californians and so forth. But
I can promise you there's no mortgage professional or realtor in the state of Oregon that dislikes anybody from California, despite what they say on the news.
So tell us why, because I think it's funny.
I think it just makes our job so much easier when we have a buyer that may be moving up from California into our market, because we don't run into sticker shock. And the buys, and they're happy. They're smiling ear to ear, as opposed to maybe our clients that are moving from the Midwest.
So that just
that's a good
speaks
point.
to human psychology, right? And you're looking at two different groups of people coming to the same place and seeing things in a completely different way, right? One of them goes, oh, my God, I get nothing for my dollar. And the other one says, oh, my gosh, my dollar goes so far.
Yeah.
And it's just perspective. So it speaks to human psychology, how perspective can change. The same article can look completely different to two different people.
Yeah, I agree.
so we also touched on, so the Portland market's hot. You love our California buyers. I also love the fact, and I got to throw this out there, that your team there, and you have an awesome team. And we talked about our cultures and how important the culture is, and it seems like we have like cultures with your office and our office here in Valencia with Skyline Home Loans. That you also do the loans for all the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah,
How cool is that?
It's just
I just had to throw that plug out there because now people are going, he does the loans for who?
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of my Blazers, and I'm proud of my affiliation with the Blazers. It's been, we're blessed. We've got a visionary owner of our company that has been a long partner with the Blazers. I think we're going on our 13th or 14th year. So we've been with them through the thick. We've been with them through the good and the bad, and the first round draft pick that didn't quite pan out the way we wanted it to now we're riding the high with Damian Lillard. So it's fun. It's exciting. It creates a tremendous amount of energy.
And pride, I'm sure.
Tremendous amount of pride, and we can share that with our agents and our business partners, and that it's neat. I really enjoy that.
To the business side of things too, is it's also a very unique income they have and a very unique way of making money, and so that in our industry, once you become a specialist at a certain type of income.
Like the movie industry with us.
Oh
it's
yeah,
huge.
we've got the movie industry dialed in. I had a stuntman that had over 72 W-2s. So if that sounds like you, call me, because I know how to do your loan. You cannot walk into the average Joe and get that loan done. It just won't happen.
No doubt. All right, don't go away. Again, we have another segment here. We brought in Travis Olson from Portland, giving us some insight on what's going on in his market and just sharing some great industry knowledge back and forth, informing you of what's really happening. And I want to touch base when we come back. The millennials are making a big charge and a big difference in both the mortgage industry and in the housing industry. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Don't go away. Also tell you how I got lost in Sun River.
Wah, wah.